So today we will continue with the STL library. So what is STL library? So STL, so first we will see what is library. So every programming languages is coming with some libraries. So what happens in library? Someone has already written some code and then we are using that code to implement our code more efficiently and more meaningful and with the less amount of lines. Okay, so in STL library the very basic data structure came is known as vector. Okay, so vector is a kind of a array, you can say like this. Vector is nothing but a kind of array, but it is different in some aspects. For example, in vector we don't have to give the size of array at a time of initialization. Okay, so it is a dynamic type of array, you can say. And the process of initialization of vector is something like this. So you have to first write the vector, then the data type. Okay, so like in array we can have a array of different data types like integer, string, character, boolean. Similarly, in vector we also have a different types of vectors which contain different values. For example, in this example we have created a vector of integer type and its name is vec, but you can give any name according to you. So it is not compulsory on the naming part, but this part has to be like this. Instead of int you can write something like, just copy. So yeah, here you can write as string, or here you can write as boolean, bool, or anything else. And also we can also have a 3D vectors or 2D vectors. For example, if I write this, so it will contains a vector inside a vector. So in by using this we can achieve the matrix in the vectors. Okay, so this is all about the initialization part. And to use the vector we have to include this library. So this is a very special library present in the C++. So if you include this library, all the libraries associated in C++ can come at a one instance. So yeah, this is the thing. Okay, so now we will see the CRUD operations, how to basically work with the vectors. So the first part we have already covered, the initialization. So we can do initialization like this, and then now we have to insert some element in the vector. So here we can use the pushback function. So pushback function is used to basically push our new values inside our vector. So that's the main part. If I want to push the 10 values, then I can run my loop to till 10. If I want to insert 5 values, then I can run my loop till 5. So like I said, vector is a dynamic type, so you don't have to specify the values. Or if in any time you want to increase the number in a vector, you can increase by using the pushback function. But in a array you have to explicitly define the size of the array and you cannot modify that. Suppose if I define an array of 10 size, then in whole code that size of the array remains constant, so you cannot change the size. But in vector it is dynamic, so anytime I can include some element or declude some element from a vector. So yep, and to insert any value we can write a pushback function. Okay, and then the transfer method is similar as the array. We can print the values with the help of the index. Okay, so let me just print what we have created till here. So we have initialized a vector of integer type. We have put 10 values in it, and now we will print all the 10 values. If I run this, see the output. So you can see we have 10 values from this to this. And suppose, like I said, it is a dynamic type. So suppose if I push these values, and now I want to push some other value again. For example, like here after printing I will push like 100 again, and now if I want to print it again, I can just copy and then write it here. So you can see, first we insert 10 values, then we print it, then we again insert a value in it. Oh, here I need to write, because now the size is become 11, so we have to write it 11. And we also have a different thing also. Let me just run. So yeah, you can see here, but now you don't need to basically write it here explicitly like 11 or 12, so you can simply write vec dot size. So it will return the size of the vector, and then our loop will run according to it, like this. You can see here the 100 is came. So that's the thing. So that's the basic use of the vector to create a dynamic size of arrays in our code. Okay, now similarly, if I want to update some values, for example I have created an array of this. Now I want to basically change the value of 2 to 100, then I can simply write vec index 1 is equals to 100, and then I will print it. Okay, so let's see what it will come. See, now the first index 1 has been changed to the 100. Okay, and also for deleting array we can simply have a vec dot clear. So what it will do, it will basically remove all the entries from the array. Let me just write a transverse and run this. Then you can see we don't have any output. As you can see, now if I remove this vec dot clear, and for the next line I just write the endl. So this command is basically used to print the output in the next line. For example, I put here, so the output of this line comes in a next line. So it is endl means end of line. So you can say if I comment it out the vector dot clear, then our values are here, but if I remove, if I uncomment it and then run again, it will print nothing. So that's the array, that's the vector of which we are talking. See, here we print nothing. Okay, now I think vector is complete, and in the next lecture we will see the about the stack. So what is stack, how it is used, and how we can implement some logic using the stack. Okay, see you in the next and yeah, all the codes are present in the description. You just need to click on it and you will find the code. Thank you.